Hi, welcome to the 30th episode of the New England Gal Knits podcast. I am Janet, and you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram at the New England Gal. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and if you're a new viewer, welcome to the podcast. I hope you enjoy it. We are also hosting a year-long knit-along called the Finish That Stuff Knit-along, and basically every month trying to just finish as many works as progress as we have, because if you guys are anything like me, I have a ton laying around, and to be honest with you, this week I didn't get much accomplished on that end. So we do have a Ravelry group for it, so it is the New England Gal Knits podcast group on Ravelry, and I do have a chatter thread for January as well as a finished objects thread for January already up, and the prize this month is going to be a pattern of your choice from Ravelry, $7 or less, so go on over, check it out, join in the conversation. Anyways, I think that is all I have to start off the podcast. So I do have one sort of finished object. It's not 100% complete yet, but it isn't on the needles anymore, so consider it a finished object. Anyways, this is the Quill Hat. This is a pattern by Andrea Mowry. And this is a knit out of the Fiber Company in their Cumbria base in the Dirt Wet Water colorway. And I have already knit this same exact hat in this same exact yarn. And I love it. Again, I think I say this every time I use this particular yarn, that this base is my absolute favorite to work with. It is a wool mohair blend. I love it. I've knit a sweater out of it and I've loved it. I knit this hat for myself and I absolutely loved it, and this is for a friend of mine. So I am going to New York next weekend with two girlfriends, and I am surprising both of them with winter hats when we get to the airport. So this is for one of them, and I am going to put a pom-pom on it, and I'll get to it in my stash enhancement section, because I purchased a couple pom-poms. 99% sure I know which pom-pom I'm going to use for this hat, but I haven't attached it yet, and I haven't woven in this end yet either. So it's almost done. I'm calling it a finished object, even though it's not quite there yet, but you guys won't see it on my next podcast, so I'm showing it now and considering it finished. And again, this pattern's great. This is one of my favorite hats to wear, so I'm hoping she loves it just as much. So that is it for my finished objects. I thought I was going to get a lot more done this weekend than I had. I have to say yesterday, which was Sunday, I was completely out of it. I don't know what went on, but I was exhausted. I literally stayed in bed all day. I didn't knit. I didn't do anything. I didn't read. I just laid in bed all day. I feel so much more like myself today. I have a day off from work where I thought I was going to get a ton of knitting done today too, and that has not happened either. No, went to breakfast with my mom and my niece, which was wonderful, and then I went and I got my nails done. They were a little bit too long for me, but I wanted my nails to look nice for when I go to New York. So it's almost 2 o'clock. My oldest son will be home in about 35 minutes, so I'm hoping to at least get this recorded, and then I can knit while I edit when he gets home. So I guess let me stop rambling and get into my works in progress. So my first work in progress is being housed in my Fringe Supply Company feel bag, and this sweater, it's almost done. It is almost done. I want it done for Saturday for when we go to New York. But this is a sweater. It's by Fiber Tales, and as always, I'm not going to try and pronounce the name of the sweater because I will kill it. But here it is, and I am absolutely loving this sweater. I have one sleeve done. I am knitting 3/4 length sleeves, and I have started the second sleeve, so I really want to put a dent in this afternoon. I don't see any issues with getting this done and blocked and ready for Saturday, so I'm hoping by tomorrow I can get this done. I have 4 more rounds of decreases, so it's 11 rounds per decrease. So I have 4 more of those to do before this is done, but I am loving the way this looks. It fits perfectly. I've tried it on. I'm hoping it grows just a little bit, but not too much when I block it. I am knitting this out of Brooklyn Tweed in their Loft base in the Snowbound color. And I love working with this yarn. I have blocked my swatch and it is super soft once it's blocked, so I can't wait to get it blocked and have it turned into a nice, soft, lightweight, warm sweater to wear under my winter coat for Saturday when we walk around New York. That is the plan. I love it. So I am planning on going to Pearl Soho and picking up some Brooklyn Tweed Shelter to knit a sweater with. I'm still on the fence about what sweater I'm going to purchase yarn for, so we'll see. I may just wait until I get there and see the colors and decide from there what I am going to buy yarn for. So that's my first work in progress. My second work in progress, I started a second sock. So this is one of my works in progress that I am trying to get off the needles, out of my work in progress bin, but here was the first sock, and this is being knit out of, I don't have the tag, it's the Cascade Heritage Wave. I don't have the tag, but here is the second sock that I have so far, which is not much. I had started this to take with me to the movies last weekend. However, I didn't end up going to the movies last weekend because the movie didn't start until 9:45, and I am an old lady and that is way too late for me, so I forewent going to the movies. So I didn't really work on this a whole lot, a little bit here and there while waiting for the bus, but I've been working really on the sleeves of that sweater. So not much progress here, but hopefully there'll be a little bit more next time. And then what else have I purchased, this is a new bag. It was on clearance. You can see my hair hanging from it. This is by Maika, I think is how you say it. It's M-A-I-K-A. So I figured this is a cute little round basket to just kind of carry around the house and have 2 projects. I have 2 projects going in here. So the first one I had showed last time, and I will hopefully have this done by the time I podcast next, but this is the B to the 3 hat. It is a 1-color brioche beanie, and it is by the Unapologetic Knitter. So I love brioche. It is so much fun, and it is so methodical and relaxing. I'm really enjoying knitting this. I think it's going to look and fit pretty well. I've been trying it on and going to the mirror. I've probably made a mess of my hair, but I think I'm getting ready to start the decreases. So I have to say, reading the directions, I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed at the decrease. So I need to go onto YouTube and take a look before I start doing that, but I am hoping again to have this done to take with me to New York. We'll see. If not, I've got plenty of hats to choose from. So at some point after I'm done the sweater, I'm going to work on this and get this done. And then my other work in progress, which is being housed in here, I decided last minute that I want to knit myself a pair of fingerless gloves to go to New York because, heck, why not? Why not throw another project on the needles? Because it's not like I don't have any fingerless gloves that I could take. I just decided I needed a new pair. So these are the weekend walking mitts, and these are by Diana Waller, who is also Paper Tiger. Here are the finished picture of the Finnish mitts, and I like them because they have the rolled cuffs, so you can put them down to cover most of your fingers, which I think will be good because I don't like wearing full mittens because then I like to have my phone on me. I like to be able to take pictures or videos when I'm in New York. So these will keep my hands warm but won't impede me using my camera or my phone. So here is what I have right now. And not much at all. We'll see if I can get this done. Again, I planned on doing a lot more knitting yesterday and today, and I haven't accomplished much at all, but this is what I have, and this is being knit out of the most wonderful yarn in the world. This is Knit by Numbers by John Arbin, and I don't think I have the tag easily handy. So I'll put the color and everything down below, but this is its 100% merino, and it is, oh my god, it's amazing. It is so soft. I want to go and buy a sweater's quantity of this. I can't even, can you see the haze? It's gonna pill. It's gonna pill horribly because it's gonna be on my hands, but it is so soft. It is beautiful. And I'm loving it right now. I love working with it, and I'm hoping to get this done for New York. It is soft. It is soft. It is squishy. It will be a perfect, I would love some gold in it and to knit a cardigan out of it. I can just add that to my millions of things I want to cast on. But anyways, I am really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the pattern. I haven't knit cables in quite a while. I've been doing a lot of color work, so it's kind of nice to get back into cabling because I do love a nice cable pattern, and this is great. It's a small enough pattern, not overwhelming, so hopefully we'll see with everything else I need to get done this week if I can accomplish the mitts, the hat, and the sweater. We'll see. The hat's almost done, the sweater is almost done. We'll see what I can do. And then the last thing I had just started and being housed in my needlecraft bag. This is a 2-sock bag with a little zipper pouch in the middle, but I started casting on for the socks that I am going to take with me to New York. And I don't think I have the right ball out here. Here we go. And here is, I just have the cuff of one sock done so far, so I'm going to cast on both socks and start the cuffs just because I don't want any issues with the airplane and getting the needles on. Even though you're allowed to bring knitting needles on a plane according to the TSA, I don't want to take any chances that my needles will be taken away. And I have wooden ones. I'm not going to bring my good Xiaogu ones that I love because I'd be heartbroken if they were taken away from me. But this is being knit out of the Stray Cat yarn in her mod colorway, and I did ball these up because I don't know what happened, but I started using my cake winder and the cake flew off the winder and got all tangled and knotted, and my husband and my children heard some really, really nasty words come out of my mouth. And my husband sat for 45 minutes to an hour and unknotted everything for me. I had to step away. I was so angry. Especially, it's an MCN base, so it's merino, cashmere nylon. Stray Cat is from Australia. I paid an arm and a leg for shipping, and then I thought I was going to have to cut off about 20 grams of the yarn. And my wonderful husband, who normally does not have a lot of patience, sat there for 45 minutes to an hour and untangled them for me. So I ended up hand balling these because I didn't want to take a chance of putting it back on the cake winder and having it pop off again. I have to go ahead and take a look at that and see if it needs to be adjusted or fixed, or if it was because it was an MCN base that it just flew off. But I had caked up 4 skeins of yarn before this one and didn't have any issues, so it might have just been temperamental. Someone was testing my patience, which I was not very successful with. I have no idea, but all is good now. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyways, that is what I have been working on this past week. So I did make a few purchases over the last few weeks that have just come in. And actually, I forgot to completely mention, I picked up a book 2 weeks ago now and forgot to mention it, but I had run into a local bookstore because I needed a pair of cheaters. I had left my glasses home from work and was getting a headache, so at lunchtime I ran down to a small little bookstore that had some cheaters, some reading glasses in them. So I picked up those, but then I decided I was going to run over to the craft section, and then I saw that they had this. It's Amy Herzog's sweater, the Ultimate Sweater book. So I did pick this up, and I can't wait to start reading it. So it talks all about sizing and gauges and how to get sweaters to fit you properly. So I can't wait to get into this and start reading this book. So I was very excited to find it, and on top of that, I not only found it, but it was discounted. It was $5 off, which was even better. So I did pick this one up a couple weeks ago. So I did go over to a Fab Units Etsy shop and picked up a couple pom-poms because I wanted to pick up a pom-pom for my friend's hat. So I picked up 3. Well, can you ever have too many pom-poms? I picked up 3 because I wasn't too sure exactly what color I wanted. And I have to say, whoops, there went one, hold on. They came home and I had them out on my island all laid out, and they look like, I think they're called tribbles from Star Trek. And if you don't know what a tribble is, I'll post a picture with Kurt with the tribbles. But I laid them out, and that was all I could think about. I'm not a huge Star Trek fan, but well, as a kid I used to like watching it. So here are the 3 I have. So I have this darker gray one. I have a white one that I absolutely love, and it has some larger tips to it that have a little bit of black. I don't know how well you can see that. And then I think this is the one I have decided. It's a light gray, and it has some longer pieces with black tips. So I am thinking this for the hat. Like I said, I'm about 99% sure this is the one I want. So, and you know what? I'll just tie it with a bow so that if my friend doesn't like the pom-pom, I can easily take it off for her. But I think this is what I'm going to do. Her pom-poms are so soft. I mean, look at how fluffy and soft they are. So I picked up those 3. And then when I picked up the John Arbin yarn here, I picked it up from Woolly Thistle, and then I decided, because I wasn't just going to pick up one skein of yarn, that I needed to pick up another. So actually I picked up two in the Tuca wool in their sock base, and this is in the H24 Leto, I think is how you say it, colorway. So these are destined for a pair of pattern socks, and I don't know which one yet, but I really like it. It's a little bit thicker than regular fingering weight, and again, it's got that sturdier feel to it compared to the merino sock yarn. So I really like these, and I think they're going to be super warm. So I did pick up those, and then last, because if not all of that was enough, I went to Tanny Casey, who I've talked about before. She has some project bags that I absolutely love. Here's her tag. So I picked up this sock sack. I just fell in love with the print and the color. Absolutely love it. So I did pick up this sock sack as well. And drawstring, and I do prefer a drawstring bag over a zipper bag because I tend to, because I'm a klutz, get a lot of yarn stuck in the zippers. So anyways, I am very happy with my purchases, and that is it. So that's all the knitting I have. So I haven't done too much over the last week since I spoke with you guys last. Like I said, I didn't make it to the movies, and it's just been going back and forth to work and preparing for New York, and I have a lot to do before I go to New York, but I am very excited. It is 4 days away, and I cannot wait. I love New York City, so I figure I'm not going to get a podcast out next week, but I am hoping to put together a vlog and take some videos while I'm in New York, and I'm excited. We're going to be going to Soho, we're going to Battery Park, and to South Street Seaport. I don't know if we were talking about crossing the Brooklyn Bridge from South Street Seaport and into Dumbo in Brooklyn, but I am not quite sure, depending on how cold or windy it is, if we'll make it there. But that's kind of our Saturday plans, and then on a Sunday, I think we're staying on Lexington and 52nd or 53rd Street, Midtown. So we'll stay like Times Square, Fifth Ave, Central Park, and just kind of hit that area and walk around and just shop and just kind of relax and take it all in. So I will hopefully get some video for you guys and at least have a vlog up for you next week, even though it won't be a full podcast. And I think that is it right now. So I am going to let you guys go. I'm going to edit this podcast, work some more on the sleeve of my sweater, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.